Yeah, just moments ago, the SEC filed charges against Binance and its founder, CEO, CZ, which he's known for. There are technically right now 13 charges, but they really just boil down to 3 points. The first point is that they're claiming that the Binance is functioning as a securities market or unlawfully functioning as a securities market. The second charge, according to them, is offering unregistered crypto assets. And then the third point is misleading investors, making investors believe that it is a adequately protected database. Keep in mind that this is the largest crypto exchange out there around the globe right now. And so the SEC is saying that Binance mishandled funds, did not protect consumers. And so that's having a negative effect not only on Binance, but the entire crypto space at the moment, including Coinbase. That stock is down 6%. But you can see Bitcoin dropping about 2.5%.
A few days ago, the SEC, ordered by Mr. Market Manipulation Gensler, sued Binance and its CEO, CZ, over U.S. rule violations. And even though that was a planned chess move to make a ton of money, as we've shown in this video, there's still blood incoming. But there's also some hope left. In case you haven't seen, Gary Gensler and the SEC requested a temporary restraining order to freeze all assets of Binance US. And even knowing the consequences of those actions, Gensler didn't care, claiming he wanted to protect US citizens even knowing he was harming them way more at the time. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, this made Bitcoin drop, Binance suspend US deposits, and more. When asked if he knew that could kill the exchange, this was his answer.
The SEC's Binance complaint also seeks emergency relief, like an asset freeze, expedited discovery, and even the appointment of a receiver. Are there more pleadings coming? Because if you do this, that's the end of Binance.
Look, we have concerns, and I think the investing public should be aware of putting their hard-earned assets onto these platforms. But we have concerns when a platform like this puts themselves out to the public, is consciously trying to evade U.S. law and customer funds. You didn't even know who was custodying them. Was it custodied here in the U.S. on the U.S. platform? Was it custodied overseas? Or were some of your funds in crypto possibly moved to affiliates? There are a number of affiliates named in this called Merit Peak and Sigma Chain. It's fundamentally a lack of controls, deception, conflicts. And yes, we're going to do that which we can in front of the courts and make, to the extent we can, the facts known and the public protected.
What he didn't say was that he was shorting over 2.5 million by that time and making vast amounts of money with these actions. But you can watch the other video to know the story. Now, a few days later, we can see in Binance's US tweet informing us that the court did not grant the SEC's request for assets freezing in the platform, which was unjustified by the facts and the law. And wait, there's more. Apparently, not even a single piece of evidence was found of misusing customer assets. Like Coin Bureau says in his tweet, they completely missed the FTX scam and are now lying about Binance. If this is not a direct attack on the crypto industry while profiting from it, I have no idea what we're dealing with. But as I said a few minutes ago, not all hope is lost. 18H ago, CZ posted this on his Twitter. Look on the bright side. Scrutiny provides validation. The court transcript reads, "Similarly, you all repeat in the memo that there's no evidence, absolutely no evidence, of any dissipation of assets whatsoever. And the government, at this point, has said they haven't seen evidence of offshore transfers from BAM Trading itself. So instead of having their assets frozen, Binance updated that they could create a court-ordered agreement with the SEC to allow them to continue their ordinary course business since there was no evidence from the SEC and their lawyers. Binance even says, "This fight has damaged our business and reputation, but not our fighting spirit or our resolve to defend ourselves against unwarranted charges and regulation by enforcement tactics that do not belong in our justice system. We look forward to continuing to defend ourselves in court." These are great news for the crypto markets that once again are being attacked for no reason other than greed and the eventual attempt to destroy the competition with the launch of their CBDCs. Let's see how the markets react and what's happening next to Coinbase. As you probably know by now, on June 6th, The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission also sued Coinbase. According to the SEC, Coinbase operates its crypto asset trading platform as an unregistered national securities exchange and broker. Even though Coinbase is a publicly traded company and was accepted initially as such by the SEC, it's still under attack. The SEC now claims that some of its assets available to customers should be qualified as crypto asset securities, so the platform must be registered to trade those legally. Also, Gary Gensler says, Coinbase's alleged failures deprive investors of critical protections, including rulebooks that prevent fraud and manipulation, proper disclosure, safeguards against conflicts of interest, and routine inspection by the SEC. Further, as we allege, Coinbase never registered its staking-as-a-service program as required by the securities laws, again depriving investors of critical disclosure and other protections. Coinbase's CEO Brian Armstrong says his case is entirely different from FTX or even Binance, as his company was not accused of misusing customers' funds. Yet that doesn't mean he is not fighting back. He's doing it not only to protect his company, but to protect crypto as a whole. He even goes further and explains that he had over 30 meetings with regulators in the past years, but that they never gave him clear rules on what the company was allowed or not to do. Again, this looks like something Gary Gensler and his crew would do, trying to take down crypto exchanges with lies, lack of clarity about what a security is, and lack of regulation, hoping that would be enough. According to Brian, it's not. Recently, he even did an interview with the Wall Street Journal explaining his point of view and what happened.
The investing public has the benefit of the U.S. securities laws. Crypto should be no different. And these platforms, these intermediaries need to come into compliance and protect the investing public.
Which of the cases we're talking about, do you want to take them one by one? Which is more important in your view?
You're leading this interview. I'm going to follow you where you are. But let me just say this to the investing public. These trading platforms, they call themselves exchanges, are commingling a number of functions, which in traditional finance, we don't see the New York Stock Exchange also operating a hedge fund, making markets, and as we alleged in Binance, having a sister organization, flooding the platform with transactions called wash trading, and the lack of controls on the platforms is really a web of deception and conflicts, along with a control person, Mr. Zhao, trying to evade U.S. law.
And given the timeline we're talking about, what do you say to viewers who wonder why enforcement has taken, arguably, at least several years, so long?
Look, it takes time. We do things by the book. That's what the American public would want us to do. We follow the facts and the law. And I couldn't be more proud of the investigative teams at the SEC working together with colleagues in our various divisions of trading and markets, our general counsel's office, 5 commissioners.
This is far from being over, but we all agree there's something shady going on. At least Binance is winning against the SEC. Who knows what's coming next? Let's wait and see. Until then, watch this video where we show why people are saying Gary Gensler should be fired immediately and accused legally of market manipulation.